Sit. Good girl. Good girl, Petra. Petra, down. Yes, good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Okay, so, good. Petra, heel. Nope. Getting distracted by Dia there. So instead of, what I wanted to do was stop and ask for another down, but because I saw her mindset shift, right? Her ears went forward, her eyes went forward like this, heel, and she got distracted, right? So, let's pretend I'm out with Petra, and her issue on walks is she tries to jump at cars. So imagine Dia was a car, and Petra has her skills, and we're out. The first thing I'm going to do is work these turns because I want to make sure that good girl, mama, good girl, Petra, that she stays focused on me, right? So one thing that I was saying before our video cut out earlier was that, when you're on the leash with your dog, you're having a conversation, right? So whether it's telling them, don't do that with the leash, or it's, yes, good girl, right? You're always talking to them. And I think one thing that we might miss as owners is that, maybe we're on our phones, texting, or we're doing a phone call, or, we're distracted somehow. And we're not taking those moments that our dog needs to be communicated with, right? So whether it's letting them know that they're doing a good job or letting them know that they're doing a bad job, it's important to know that anytime you're on the leash with your dog, you're having a conversation, right? So this is something I just want to point out here with Petra. Heel. Good girl. Good girl, Petra. But you see how, sit. As soon as I started talking to her and not you guys, she perked up, right? So she is a dog that likes to be engaged with. So it is important for me to keep up that conversation. Heel. Let's go. Come on, sweet girl. Good girl. Petra, sit. Petra, down. Yes, good. So what I also was saying earlier was that we're working on her verbal commands now that she's in her 3rd week. So I just want to make sure that she's solid there. Petra, heel. Petra, sit. Notice that I'm not moving my body in any way. I'm really just trying to get her to pay attention to the verbal. Down. Yes, good girl, mama. Good girl, Petra. Good girl. Heel. Okay, let's do one more down. Sit. Down. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Heel. Okay, so I'm going to throw a new challenge at her, which is going to be to ask her to stay without using the hand signal. I just want to see how she does. Sit. Petra, stay. Whoa. Heel. Sit. Stay. Oh, that's a good girl. Yes. Good girl. Now, usually we're not going to really need this. I just want to challenge her brain a little bit more, challenge her paying attention a little bit more. Petra, stay. Good girl. Good girl. I think it's important. Petra, heel. For, when our owners are taking our dogs home, I don't necessarily want you to just work on the verbal like this. Sit. Stay. No, heel. Heel. Sit. Stay. No, heel. So she's getting a little confused. I'm going to work her through that. Sit. Stay. Good girl. Good girl, Petra. Good girl. Good girl. Petra, heel. Good. Let's go. Okay, so worked her through that confusion there. Sit. Stay. No, heel. Sit. Stay. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Heel. So this is just a brain game, right? Dogs are visual creatures, so it's much easier for them to follow hand than it is to listen to words, right? Because that's how they communicate with each other, right? They communicate through body language. Yeah. So I want to challenge her brain and her focus a little bit more by having her just pay attention to the verbal, because we can get them there. It's a little difficult, but we can definitely get them there. Sit. Stay. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. So, yes, I'm going to jackpot her here. Yes, good girl. Heel. So just giving her 3 treats in a row there to let her know she did a good job paying attention there. Right, conversation. Sit. Stay. Oh, I almost used my hand signal. Yes. So another jackpot. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Heel. Good girl, Petra. Let's go. Good girl, Mama. Good girl. Conversation. Keeping it going. Sit. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Yes. 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 Good. Heel. Good. Good girl. Let's go. One more. Petra, sit. Petra, stay. Yeah, she got it now. Yes. Good. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Good girl, Petra. Good girl. Yeah, good girl, Mama. That's a good girl. Sweet girl. Go, go, go. Petra, heel. Super smart dog here. Super capable. Needs a lot of mental work. She can very easily multitask. Sit. So, she's locked in on me. Heel. Sit. I mean, she does jump the gun, right? Which is where that busy brain comes in. So just because they're cycling through commands and trying to guess what you're telling them to do, that doesn't make them smarter. This is good here. Look at what happened. She dropped the food. Oh, she dropped the food. She didn't go for it. I didn't even notice that, but I just saw her looking down. I mean, yes, when I went down to pick it up, she tried to grab it, heel, but she was just trying to take advantage of an opportunity there, and I just had to let her know, no, stay seated, I'll grab it, sit. So she did get a treat there, but I just had some extra crumbs in my hands, and that ended up falling. So, heel. Okay, so now, good girl, Mama. Good girl, Petra. Good girl. Sit. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good. Petra, stay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I like to teach. Stay. Pulling leash up means sit. So I also want her to know that just because I'm backing up like this, that doesn't mean she should move. Petra, Petra, stay. So I still want to just try the verbal here. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Good Mama. Good girl. Conversation. Good girl. Let her know she did good. Come on. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to add the down there. But because, sit, stay, heel, sit, stay. But because she moved, yes, good girl, when I backed up, yes, I want to keep working that a little bit. Yes, yes, good girl. Stay, shh, stay. Oh, that's a little advanced there, right? So just going to put her back. Stay. Stay. Yes. Stay. I mean, I am going to give her the benefit of the doubt in that when I release and say okay, usually I will back up at the same time, right? So, but I also want her to know that just because I'm backing up, that doesn't mean okay, right? The okay signal is clapping of the hands, right? So if I'm just doing this motion, that doesn't mean get up. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. So repetition, conversation, timing of reward, timing of follow through with the leash, right? All of these little things are happening. Okay, good girl, Mama. Let's go. Sit. Stay. Good girl, Petra. Yes. So let's see how she does here. She failed the last 2 times. when I backed up. Petra, stay. Yes. Yes. Well, so failed again. So when I say, you know, failed, so like every time I release her, it's a restart. Yes. Good girl. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Right? So I want to make sure that we get 3 solid rounds of doing this before, well, I didn't say stay, right? Good girl. Stay. Stay, Petra. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Before I end the session. Good girl, Mama. Good girl. Let's go. So, let's try this again. Sit. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Good girl, Petra. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Petra, stay. Good. Okay. So, need to be clear here. Petra, stay. Yes. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Good mama. Good mama. Good girl. Good girl. Let's try again. Come on. Okay, so that was solid there. That was an A+. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying, okay, she failed. She didn't fully fail, but she didn't give me an A+. And what I'm always looking for is the A+. So, sit. Good girl, Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Petra, stay. Okay, so also, you know, if we go back and analyze the footage, Petra, stay. That's okay. Petra, stay. Good girl. Okay, so that was okay, but that wasn't necessarily treat worthy for me. I didn't have to engage the leash. Petra, stay. Yes, but she's also understanding that she didn't get food there, right? Petra, stay. Yes, good girl, mama. Okay, good girl. Good girl, Petra. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so I'd give that an A. Heel. Well, let's try it again. But what I was going to say was, you know, if we look back on this footage, was I being clear those other few times, right? Like, is it my fault that she messed up where I wasn't saying stay clearly? Sit. Petra, stay. Nope. Heel. Sit. Stay. Go around. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, this is going to be the last one. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. That was good because a distraction came actually. Petra, stay. Yes. Good girl. Dia. Petra, stay. Yes. Dia got up from her downstay, so I just had to reinforce there. Good girl, Petra. Petra, okay. Okay, so that was great. That's 3 in a row. She gave me 2 A+, 1 A. So we're gonna build off